Gauteng Education has now confirmed that the admissions process for new inner-grade pupils in Diepsloot is ongoing due to an influx of applications in the area. The department says it has admitted over 100 pupils over the past week. But due to issues of overcrowding, the department says it is in the process of opening a satellite school in Diepsloot with the aim of alleviating admission pressure. So for more on this, we're going to be joined by Gauteng Education Spokesperson Steve Mabona. Steve, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the SABC at this hour.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to look at the admission process thus far for the inner grade learners in Diepsloot. Would you just help us paint that picture?
Yes, we can acknowledge that we have a challenge of influx in Diepsloot, but not only in Diepsloot. There's other areas where we're pressured, but we had those that would have went to schools for inner grades. It's all the grades excluding grade 1, 8, because you know that one we use the system. So we've been actually overcapacitating the schools in Diepsloot. They are so pressured to an extent that we couldn't, take more learners. But because we realized that there were about 100 learners that were not placed as yet, we then decided to increase, the capacity to, overcrowd more the schools. But because we are facilitating a process of opening the satellite school.
Okay.
Once the school is open, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will then alleviate the pressure from the neighboring schools in Diepsloot.
Okay, and so the kids or the children rather, that have been affected, according to the academic calendar, that's about 6 weeks in. What's also going to be done on that front to help the system catch up?
Now, we normally have our catch-up plans, just to make sure that we will take them through the curriculum delivery, and they will catch up on everything that they would have lost, at the time. So that's the plan for now. So that's why we plead with parents in the area that we are finalizing a process. All of them, the children, they will be placed in different schools in the area. But that will be an interim measure because schools in Diepsloot are overcrowded. And we know that this is a season where people will go to our schools and say, we have overcrowding. We acknowledge now schools are overcrowded in Diepsloot, but we have a satellite school that we're going to be, launching in the next 2 weeks in that area. It's just that we had a challenge of, business forum and things like those in that area. We are resolving that, and we should be in a process to open that satellite school. It will alleviate a lot of pressure from us.
Okay, and in terms of the long-term plans to mitigate, if we're looking at Diepsloot as an area, why has there been an influx? What's going to be the long-term plan?
Our long-term plan is to build a brick-and-mortar school, more of those. We have a secondary that is outstanding. That primary school that we are, building as a satellite, it will then be in a long term, another school that will be built. The area is growing, and you will know that we still have outstanding schools that we need to build because we have mobile units, in different, areas in Diepsloot. So we will make sure that we finalize that process and accommodate learners.
What has been the response from the parents?
Look, because we assured them. Parents were complaining, those that would have, went to the school and they were not attended to, or they were promised that they will be placed because there was nowhere where they can be placed. So in the interim, we might even go to an extent of implementing a rotation process. So that's why we have decided that let's accommodate all of them. And interimly, while we are waiting for the opening of the satellite, we'll then have to devise some means on how we're going to be continuing with the process of curriculum delivery.
Okay, thank you for that update. I know there was also news that just came in about the classroom ceiling that had collapsed in Tembisa. Perhaps you can give us some more information about that, the state of the learners that have also been affected.
Yes, definitely. Quite unfortunate. A sad incident that occurred today. A school in Tembisa where a ceiling in a grade 6 class, collapsed. About 18 learners were injured, rushed to local medical facilities. It's comforting that 16 of them were discharged. We only have 2 learners that are still in the medical facility. and we'll be checking on them and on how they are doing. But the psycho support will be sent at the school just to support the entire school tomorrow.
And just as we wrap up, I mean, investigations are underway. What's been unearthed on that front with regard to that incident as we speak?
We have just launched an investigation. We will require reports from the school management, from SGB, from even the district on whether this was reported and what is it that we have done as far as the responsibility of our infrastructure officials. Those are the things that the investigation will look at.